Hello everyone, welcome to another GEDRLA screencast. The topic of this lesson is using pronouns. If you find this video useful, please hit the subscribe button below. It helps us help more people like you. Alright, so let's dive right in. So, writing stays both interesting and clear when we use pronouns. Pronouns are words used to refer to nouns, where otherwise we would have to repeat the noun. Without them, both speech and writing would not only sound ridiculous, but would be difficult to understand. This is what would happen if we eliminated pronouns from our writing. Jason and Peter were longtime friends. Jason and Peter worked together in construction, and Jason and Peter shared Jason and Peter's tools. That's just ridiculous. 3 repetitions of the subject names would confuse the reader and sound very strange. Here's how pronouns improve writing. Jason and Peter were longtime friends who worked together in construction and shared their tools. Simple as that. English has a variety of pronouns for several different purposes. The most common group of pronouns refer to specific people or things, also known as personal pronouns. They are I, you, he, she, it, me, him, her, we, they, us, them. That's it. So, another group of pronouns refer to non-specific people or things, that is, nouns that are not specified elsewhere in the sentence. They are also called indefinite pronouns. So, anyone, each, many, everybody, one, others, no one, both, and one, and anything and nothing are what we call indefinite pronouns. Alright, some pronouns suggest ownership, and they're called possessive pronouns, and those are yours, his, hers, mine, theirs, ours, and its. Others are used for emphasis or to reflect back on the noun. They are also called reflexive pronouns. Myself, himself, ourselves, herself, yourself, themselves, and, if you've guessed it, itself. Examples: the children can tie their shoes by themselves. I, myself, wouldn't do that. Okay, so let's go to an activity. Here is our question. Choose the one best answer for each item. Items 1 to 4 refer to the following paragraph. About 35 million Americans suffer from an illness called seasonal affective disorder. These 35 million Americans lack energy and feel sad and hopeless during the long nights and dreary days of winter. Victims of SAD, as the disorder is called by psychiatrists, often overeat, gain weight, lose interest in his jobs, and have trouble with their relationships. Children and adolescents who suffer from SAD, just like adults, exhibit disruptive behavior in school, have short attention spans, and lack interest in learning. The illness affects more women than men. Researchers think the dim light of winter causes a reduction in certain brain chemicals, and that people who are sensitive to this deprivation feel the symptoms of SAD. It's possible to buy special lights that are 20 times brighter than ordinary indoor lights to control the symptoms for many people. Anyone who suffers from SAD should consult a physician for advice and treatment. Here are questions. Sentence 2. These 35 million Americans lack energy and feel sad and hopeless during the long nights and dreary days of winter. Which of the following is the best way to write the underlined portion of this sentence? If you think the original is the best way, select choice 1. As usual, you can pause this video and write your comments below, whatever your answer is, and we will look at them. And if you want to take a screenshot of this for more practice, it's up to you. Do with it as you will. Alright, so the correct answer is number 5, they. Choice 5 is the appropriate pronoun to match the antecedent, which is the one that comes before. So we mentioned that about 35 million Americans suffer from an illness called seasonal affective disorder. There is no need to repeat these 35 million Americans lack energy and feel sad. and hopeless during the long nights and dreary days of winter because it's already mentioned before, which means there is a cause for using a pronoun to refer to these 35 million Americans without having to repeat it over and over. Sentence 3. Victims of SAD, as the disorder is called by psychiatrists, often overeat, gain weight, lose interest in his jobs, and have trouble with their relationships. What correction should be made to this sentence? If your answer is number 5, then you are correct. The correct answer is to change his to their, because we're talking about 35 million Americans, so the pronoun his does not apply here, because we're talking about plural nouns and not a singular noun. Sentence 8. To control the symptoms for many people, which of the following is the best way to write the underlined portion of this sentence? If you think the original is the best way, select choice 1. If your answer is number 2, then you are correct. They control the symptoms for many people. And here we are talking about the lights that are 20 times brighter than ordinary indoor lights. Sentence 9. Anyone who suffers from SAD should consult a physician for advice and treatment. What correction should be made to this sentence? If your answer is number 5, then you are correct. There is no correction necessary in this sentence, because anyone who suffers from SAD should consult a physician for advice and treatment, which means it's not particularly about anyone, but it is about anyone who suffers from it's not particularly about anyone in the story, but just anyone in the world in general. And there you have it. That's all from me, Teacher Sarah. Thank you again for being with us here today. Again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below, click on the bell so you get a notification every time we upload a new video, and of course leave us a comment, show us some love, or anything that you'd like to let us know, or if you have any suggestions on what we should cover next, we'd love to hear from you. And alright, see you next time. Have a good day.